hit my car and lied about it, so I destroyed his meat. For some context, my neighbor, we'll call him Chester, is your stereotypical weekend outdoorsman type. He owns at least 10 different baseball caps, and they all have camo on. He's one of those. He drives a Jeep, which will be important later, and usually spends his weekends either hunting, fishing, or prepping for when the bombs drop. I tried to explain to him once that we were within the fallout range of a major city, so if it got hit we'd be screwed either way, but whatever. Everyone needs a hobby, and some people collect canned peaches. 2 weeks before the revenge, I came outside to see my car had a broken window on the passenger side, and that part of the frame was dented just above the door handle. I can tell immediately from the size and shape of the dent exactly what it was from. As I said, my neighbor, Chester, drives a Jeep, and mounted on his front grill is a cable winch he uses for pulling stumps and whatnot. It juts out almost 1.5 feet in front of the bumper and is made of solid metal. Anyone with a picture of the wrench and the shape of the dent in my car could see a sign of proof just from eyeballing. The dent is almost identically shaped, and situated at the same height the winch is mounted. On top of that, Chester lives directly across the street from me, and he likes to back into his driveway. Conveniently enough, my car is always parked on the street, so he has ample opportunities to hit. I asked Chester about it, and without saying anything he shook his head while biting his lip like some clueless cartoon character. I then asked if anyone who borrowed his car might have done it because the winch itself was pretty scratched up, almost like he's been ramming it into things all over town. Again, Chester silently shakes his head and then tries to tell me it was probably teenagers. No exposition, mind you, he just blamed it on teenagers. I was fuming, but kept my composure, and went home to call the police and my insurance company to report it. I managed to get a competent police officer, who told me point blank that it was clear what happened, but without a witness it would be pointless to try and prove it. The insurance agent was equally certain of Chester's guilt but ended up recommending I pay out of pocket for the repair. Since I was parking on the street, it was a factor the insurance company might use against me if I filed a claim. When it came time for them to recalculate and adjust my monthly rate, I could see a significant increase. A few hundred out of pocket right now could save me several hundred a year going forward if my rate was increased due to my own negligence, which is what the claim would, unfortunately, be categorized as. Raw deal for sure, but at least he was honest with me. Fast forward to 2 weeks later, Chester and his family were going up north to rough it in nature for a week. And despite my cold attitude towards him in recent days, he asked me to keep an eye on his house while he's gone, since I'm the only person in the neighborhood he trusts, apparently. I agreed to do it, not because I had any type of revenge in mind, but because he gave me a large case of beer for my service. His one request was that I call him if we had an extreme weather because he needed me to check on something. 2 nights after he left, we had a nasty storm. Wind, hail, and even a few rolling blackouts. The next morning, I called Chester to ask what he needed me to check on, but he didn't answer. Knowing Chester, he probably set up camp in some rural part of America with no damn cell phone service, even though he asked me to call him at his house. After a few failed attempts, I went over to his house to inspect for any potential issues.